People think that being organized means being naturally disciplined. But I'm an architecture student. I do travel a lot, I go to the gym, have a social life, and get everything done. I'm not organized, not at all, but I just learned how to build a system that's working for me. That let me gonna have everything set and planned, okay? And if I can do it, you can do it too. You just have to find how you can trick your mind to work with you, not against you. Welcome everyone. For the people who's new, my name is Ashtiel, and for the old one, welcome back. So for today's video, I'm going to give you all of my advices to let you have your life get together and be organized. Not because you're gonna be motivated or disciplined. You're just gonna know how you're gonna work on your system and build something that's working for you and let your mind be with you. If you like this kind of video, guys, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment if you want to give some advice to, or if you have something that's working for you, or maybe if you have some questions. I'll be happy to answer to everyone. Are you ready, guys? Because I am.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her.
First of all, guys, you have to mind shift. It's not because of the motivation, because if you rely on motivation and you think that only because you're motivated, you're gonna do all the things. No, that doesn't work like that. It's not because you're motivated or disciplined, even if discipline works a lot, motivation also, but if you don't have any discipline and motivation, how can you work? How can you get everything done? I honestly try to develop an environment where I cannot fail. And this is what you have to get in your mind. You have to put yourself in the best condition to never procrastinate, not be motivated, stay disciplined, and get the work done. Once you have done this to yourself, shift mind, know how your system is working, how you trick your mind, you will be able to get organized. Not because you are, because you shifted your mind and you find the system who's working for you. Because something that's gonna work for somebody else, probably if you don't do it the right way or the way you are supposed to do it for yourself, is not gonna work, okay? I am a visual person. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist. So I need to trick myself by having a calendar, having my agenda. I personally use Google Agenda because it helped me a lot with the thing that I just can see it everywhere. I have it on my phone as a widget. I have it also on my computer as a widget. So I always know what I have to do. I always see what I have to do for this week, what classes I have, when I have them, if I have a task, if I do not have it. This is my notebook. I read everything inside. This is a new one because I have a lot of them. I need to see it. If it's not written or I don't see it, it doesn't exist. You can also have something that can be planned just for a week. I have a planner in my closet where I have written everything for the week. Okay, this week, Monday I have this, Saturday, this day. I have everything planned day by day. And maybe you can use this as a method that you will always see. If you're visual, that will help you for sure. But you can make it fun, personalize it. For example, I have a blue agenda that let me, fancy. I really want to write things there. I really want to get my schedule done. Planning in romanticize. You need to romanticize your life, your schedule, to make it more easy for you. For me, I don't see timing in my head. I don't visualize it in my head. I see it passing day by day. You put the deadline for, Monday, and we are like Wednesday. Every day you're crossing the day means you have one day and less in your whole planning thing. So you are automatically going to organize your week for the deadline and work on the thing that you have to work on. And when I have the possibility, I'm always try to get advanced. The day I will receive what I have to do for the next Monday, I will start about this. At least start something, even just a little thing that will make me feel, okay, I started, I can split all the tasks through the week, and if I can split it through 2 or 3 days and have the other days for me free without thinking about this, I'm just free. I don't have to think about it again. The sooner I finish my task, the sooner I'll be free. Another thing that you have to understand about yourself, this is really important. Are you a night owl or a morning bird? Because work in the night and work in the morning is totally different. I honestly are more productive the night, and I don't like working in the morning. Like, I'm not a morning person at all. I hate that. But for some of my other friends, they do work in the morning. Like, they can wake up at 6 or 5 a.m. For me, if I can work until 5 or 6 a.m., I'm good, because I have the ability to do that. When I can stop working, they can start working, you know? Instead of fighting my system, my biological system, I just have to adapt myself to my system. I'm not forcing myself to work. If I have a lot of things, for example, I'm going to start my day afternoon. I know that I'm not that productive, but I'm more productive than if I woke up in the morning, I start working in the morning, okay? So I'm gonna do a task that doesn't really require a lot of my attention, and I can just go with the flow. The peak of my productivity, honestly, it's between 9 p.m. and 3 in the morning, okay? So it really depends, but I know when I'm productive enough to give my best. And this is how you have to think. If you're a night owl like me and don't like to work the morning, adapt yourself. Okay, I can wake up in that timing, but I'm not gonna force myself doing my best because I know my peak productivity is not that timing. Okay, I'm gonna adapt. And I know the hardest work I have to do, and that will require my intention in 100%, I'm gonna do it the night. But you have also to think about the timing. Like, if you have to wake up earlier because you have to work or you have school or something, adapt yourself. I don't know if this is the best thing you can do, but honestly for me, for the whole week, I'm able to sleep at 3 a.m. and wake up at 7. But I know in the weekend, nobody's talking to me. I can sleep whenever I want and wake up whenever I want. I can take back the sleep that I haven't in a week. Okay? Try to see what system is working for you, the rhythm that is okay for you to work with. Because if you tell me that I have to wake up every day to work at 9 a.m., I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be productive at all. I am not. I can start being productive at after 10 or afternoon, not before that. No. Except if I'm in the obligation to do that, I'm not. If I can stay sleeping a bit, if I just cannot work, honestly, because I can wake up at 9 a.m., but being productive at 9 a.m. is completely different for me. So when you find out what your rhythm is, try to work with it. Don't fight. Reward yourself. You have to reward yourself. You have to build the reward system. I cannot work straight for many hours, except if I'm hyper focusing on something. But if you're just working randomly, something that requires to work and this is not something you're really into but you have to do, don't force yourself working for hours and hours and hours without rewarding yourself. You have to trick your mind and give it the dopamine. For example, okay, while after 2 hours, 3 hours, or when I finish this task, I can give myself a reward. Okay, I have this big thing to do. When I'm done with it, I'm going to reward myself. I like rewarding myself by giving me like break or sweetness. I'm going to work on this, and when I'm gonna finish, I'm going to go eat an ice cream. Or I'm going to watch one episode of my series. Try to make it joyful or make it have a purpose. Working is something. While you're working, you know that in the end of this work, you have a reward. And this reward is going to give you dopamine that is going to make you happy, and you will want to work again and reward yourself again. Work, dopamine, work, dopamine. This is how you're going to fit the both of them and be productive in your day. Self-challenging could also be a possibility if you kind of work under pressure. Don't wait for the deadline. I am putting my own self into pressure to finish things before the deadline. Because if I create this pressure, means I will stress. I know the stress is not good, but honestly works for me because I know that after stressing, I know that I will be free later. Putting yourself into a challenge, pressure system. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but if it can help you, I'm sure this technique is going to let you be free 2 or 3 or 5 days before the deadline. Turning pressure into motivation can be a strength and not anxiety. You just have to know how you put things. And stressing before everybody makes you finish before everybody and not feel anxious or stressed anymore because you know that you just trick yourself to work before everyone and finish before everyone before being totally free. You also have to balance your lifestyle. Lifestyle is all balance. I'm not waiting for the perfect condition. I can rely on that because I travel a lot. I go to the gym. I have other obligations that cannot let me rely on perfect condition. I just learn how to work in any conditions. For example, if I have a work to give in a week and I need to travel in that week, I will make everything possible for me to finish on time and in the perfect condition and give the best render I can ever give. I'm gonna plan this. I know that in my day I have this, but I know this work I have to give it in a week. But in between, like all of these days, I have to travel. I have to go to the gym. Okay, how can I settle that? If I can do that task today because it's impossible to do it while I'm traveling, I'm doing it before. But if I can let it while I can work on like my computer or something, I can let it and slide to another one that needs to be worked on, like in this place, with this environment, with that. I put everything under the great condition, even if it's gonna be imperfect, and I'm okay with the imperfection. I'm really sorry, my camera just turned off because of the sun. You have to just find the great balance in between working and your life. Gym, because if you don't go to the gym, you are going to burn out, okay? Traveling, social life, everything. And this is what I'm saying to you. Something that I realized, I used to think that I was organized. People were like, you are organized, girl. How can you be that much organized and having to do all of this in your life, having all of that work and get the job done without being overwhelmed or overstressed? I'm stressed depending on the things, but depending on my technique, again, what I said before can work with that. But I just realized I just tricked my mind. Things have to be done in life. So no, I'm not organized. I just build a full system that will help me get my productivity in his best and not get tricked by my mind. I trick my mind so he can work for me, not the opposite. He has to be with me. You cannot be against me, brother. We are working on the same team, please. I try to split all the tasks. Naturally, that prioritizing things that I have to do. I adapt my energy depending on if it's the day or the night. I'm the CEO of my mind. I'm not letting my mind deciding what I'm supposed to be productive and not lazy and the other day what I'm supposed to be. I have this time to be free, to enjoy life, to travel, to go to the gym, and I have this time for the work. And all the things that I have to do for school, internship, and other things. You just have to find a great balance between these two. Being productive, guys, it's not being perfect. It's building a system that will let you work even if you don't want to work. This is how I'm building my system to let it work for me, with me, even if I don't want to work and I'm having a lot of things to do in my life, but knowing how I'm planning it and make it easier for me and tricking my mind to let it feel less overwhelmed and stressed and anxious about all the things that is happening in my life. This is how my system is working for me and not letting life going against me because my mind doesn't know how to react or how to plan. I make everything easier to make it easy for myself. I I hope guys you enjoyed this video and it helped you a lot. If you have other advices, or maybe you want to see me really working with that methods and working under this many conditions, filming while I have to travel, while I have to give and render, while I have multitasking things and etc., or just to see how I'm just planning my day. Sometimes it could be a chill day, sometimes I have a full work day that sometimes is hard for me to just manage, but I do manage it by a way or another because I know how to make it work. You can ask it in the comments, okay? So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, and like this video if you like it, and if you want to support me, guys. I'm sending you a lot of advice, a lot of kisses, and good vibe, guys. Take care. Bye.